Moms and dads, boys and girls, children of all ages, please direct your attention to the center ring. It's time for the Circus!
Welcome, everybody, to the Loudini Rock and Roll Circus.
Hey.
My name is Lou Lombardi, a.k.a. Loudini.
Hi.
Sitting next to me is the lovely and talented Mr. Kevin O'Connor.
Well, thank you, sir. I do declare.
I declare.
I'm being overcome by the vapors.
Katie had too much partying after first night, so so she's not here today to do the podcast, but we're here anyhow. So that's what's going on. We have a unusual. We're going to take a break from talking about music on this week's podcast. So we're going to have a good time. We're going to
a little different.
Another sort of passion of ours. So we'll get into that in a minute. But first, I'd like to thank our sponsor, Positively Pittsburgh Live Magazine. That is pplmag.com, Pittsburgh's first internet radio, TV network, and online community magazine business directory, where you can watch, download, get emails with the latest audio-video created by the community members. There's great articles and coupons. There's a lot of cool businesses there. There's a lot of great information on a wide variety of topics that matter to your life, so you want to check it out. You can even start your own magazine page and publish your own blogs with different audio and video content. This is a professional site with professional people talking about professional topics that are relevant to you, and you definitely want to check it out. There's Mrs. Cardiology, Empress of Biz. There's the Baker Street Solutions. There are the Traveling Granny Globetrotting Memoirs. There's a lot of fun stuff on there. Author Shine Out Loud. John Pernaris's tax advice. There's a lot of cool stuff. You definitely want to check it out. That is pplmag.com. And our website is LoudiniRockandRollCircus.com. If you haven't been keeping up, we've done some really fun podcasts in the last few weeks. Last week, Katie and I did a tribute to Back in Black.
Yes.
Excuse me. The classic AC/DC album, and told some fun stories about the creation of the record and stuff like that. So you guys definitely want to check it out. We have a fun show for you tonight where we're going to be talking about why it seems that Hollywood can't come up with any new scripts. They've just got to keep remaking.
Why?
I mean, movies have always been remade. I mean, they've been doing remakes, but I mean, it's like an epidemic.
Right. There's like hardly any original stuff out there.
I know there's more remakes than original stuff. So, anyways, that's Hollywood. So it is. We're going to get into that a little bit because Kevin and I are both big movie fans.
Hi.
But I want to start off the podcast here with a great artist act called Ash Grunwald. It don't belong to you.
No, sir.
From their latest Now on the Loudini Rock and Roll Circus.
You cannot know, no matter how good the getting or where you go. Keep your hand from my heart. Just can't take it anymore. Keep your hand from my heart. It don't belong to you. There is wisdom in a grand to you know. You
sort of making a because it sounds like a German name.
It does,
Ash
yeah.
Grunwald.
All the way from Berlin, let's welcome Ash Grunwald. Yeah, but man, that's really cool. I love that, man.
Yeah,
Very
good stuff.
cool.
Let's go ahead and give the website. That
Yes.
is ashgrunwald.com.
Here we go. That's right.
That's right. Very important.
Yeah. 9. No, 10. He's 10.
You give him 10. No, 9. 9.
He's number 10.
ASH, like Ash, and then the last name is Grunwald, spelled Grunwald. ashgrunwald.com. He's one of these guys who's got like a real traditional blues influence, but yet he's really brought it into the 21st century with a very kind of like syncopated guitars and stuff like that. Cool jam.
Very cool.
We are in the background here. This is a band called Fozzy.
He's not a bear. He's wearing a necktie.
Anyways, so
Do we just show our age there, I think?
is anybody here old enough to remember the Muppet Show?
Kids. Well, actually, it was just on again. I think it may have been canceled. But
Why is it not?
Yes.
Why isn't that on Netflix?
Why isn't most good things on Netflix?
Why isn't the Bionic Woman and the $6 Million Man
I
on
know.
Netflix? There are some cool ones like
there
Kolchak, the Night Stalker.
Is that on there?
That's on there.
Oh, wow.
The Rockford Files.
Yeah.
There's just some stuff like
Yeah,
this.
there's some very cool stuff
Oh,
on
you know
there.
what's on there? The A-Team.
No way.
Yeah, Way. Yes, Way.
Wow. That's pretty cool. I did not know that.
Anyways, you listen to Loudini Rock and Roll Circus, and hey, so have you seen? And we're going to talk about movies tonight. Have you seen any like good movies lately? Or?
Not recently. I have actually been catching up on Netflix. So, but nothing. You know what I'm waiting for.
We know Rogue One.
December 16th. I got to get my sleeping bag out of the because I'm going to be first in line. Yeah, I can't wait to see that. I love me some Star Wars.
Right. Yes. Now, is that character that they're showing in the trailer? Is that the guy who's in the Empire and he's in white? Is that supposed to be Grand Moff Tarkin?
That's a good question. I don't know.
I kind of wondered if maybe it would be cool to do some Grand Moff Tarkin back stuff. I would like to kind of know a little bit about that. But I've been watched on Amazon Prime. There's a bunch of old Hammer films with him and Peter Cushing and Christopher Lee, and I watched.
I thought it was really cool because I saw. Well, we watched. Lou and I watched a documentary about David Prowse, who played the physical Darth Vader, and they showed some of the old scenes from the Hammer films back in the day, back in England, and I thought it was really cool that David Prowse had worked with Peter Cushing before.
Yeah.
I thought, oh, that's really good. Look, he obviously didn't have the mask on, but I thought it was kind of neat to see that.
David Prowse played like some of the monsters and stuff in some of those movies with Christopher Lee and Peter Cushing. So he's in the movie Clockwork Orange, though. He does show his face.
He does. That's right. He was the big muscle-bound guy in the house. Yeah.
So, anyways, I've in terms of audio-visual entertainment, I will recommend one. It's a little older. See, here's what I do because like I don't necessarily go to see a lot of movies. Like I'll go see Star Wars, and I saw the Star Trek and certain big science fiction movies and stuff like that. But I'm a Bond fan, and I just saw Spectre. Did you see Spectre?
Yes, love Spectre.
And I thought Spectre was really good. I mean, they sort of wrap up the whole.
That was really cool the way they did that. The last three films, they brought it all together in the last.
They brought the whole thing together. Yeah. So, but anyway, so if you guys haven't seen that, it is on Amazon Prime, and you can watch it with your subscription. And it's very well done.
It's also on Hulu. If you folks out there have Hulu, you can check it out there too.
So. Hey guys, it might be something you might be interested in. Anyways, guys, so we want to talk tonight a little bit about, Hollywood is they're going nuts with these remakes. I mean, it's just like music, right? Like the really good stuff is usually done indie, right? The more meaningful stuff. Like, here's a good movie I saw recently. It was not a remake, but it was an indie film called Ex Machina.
Yes.
And that was very, very good. There's like five people in the whole movie.
Yeah.
And it's wonderfully shot. Just absolutely fan-freaking-tastic film.
Yeah.
And
it was fresh. I mean, that's what I liked about it. It was you didn't know what was going to happen because it hasn't been done before. So, yeah, definitely.
So it seems like those companies, the smaller companies, and there's some foreign stuff I watched a foreign film as well recently called Baskin, which is it's pretty gory. I'm not a big gore kind of guy. I do like gore. Like, in other words, like in this movie, it was gory, and if you would have taken the gore out, it would have taken the teeth out of the film.
Okay, all right.
It made sense.
Right.
To have
It wasn't
in there.
gratuitous. It was essential to the.
It was
okay.
essential.
It was essential.
It accentuated.
It sure did. Yeah, very much so.
Remind me to tell you a funny joke I heard Eddie Griffin say. I can't say on the air. I heard Eddie Griffin tell.
Peter Griffin said it.
But
what did Peter Griffin say, Lou?
Eddie Griffin.
Ah.
But that's a foreign film, and
Right.
it seems like there's some really cool foreign films that are out there that really kind of take you to a new place and do something unique and creative. But Hollywood seems to be like they're bankrupt when it comes to ideas. So they're doing all these, there's tons of stuff, that they're remaking. What is first of all, what is one of the movies that you feel was just like, in terms of a remake, that you thought was completely, just out of your own memory or your own thought, was just completely unnecessary, and they just
Red Dawn.
Yeah, I would agree
Red
with
Dawn.
that.
Mm-hmm.
Because the original one, first of all, you got to put it in time and place. It's during the Cold War.
Yeah.
And people, we were all terrified.
We thought that could really happen.
Exactly. And it's just like, and then they remake. Well, I just refused to see the remake on principle. Did you see it?
If I saw it, I forgot it immediately. I think I may have seen bits and pieces, and I just could not get into it. I went back and watched the original. That's what I did.
Yeah. I rewatched the original within the past year or so myself, and I was like, it's that kind of all-star cast of those actors from that era, Patrick Swayze.
Right.
It's a super fun movie, but so I just kind of don't get this. Like, I tell you, here's a movie that I was really against.
Yeah.
The remake. It was Poltergeist, because Steven Spielberg, dude. It's like, who freaking has the balls to touch Steven? And then what happened was, about 3/4 of the way through the remake, it kind of won me over.
Oh, really?
It did win me over. Like, I was
Interesting.
entertained. I had to admit, okay, I am kind of enjoying this.
Yeah.
But the original is the original. Joe Beth Williams, Craig T.
Sure.
Nelson.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
and the sort of that era of special effects and stuff like that were different. You know what I mean? It was like, so I don't know if it's just nostalgia or what, but like, can imagine, like, for instance, what if somebody's tried to remake Apocalypse Now?
Good luck.
You
can't. I don't really think you can.
I mean that's so. But Gus Van Sant remade Psycho, and it's a shot-for-shot remake. You
Right.
ever see it?
I have not seen it. I heard about
with
it.
Anne Heche and Vince Vaughn.
Yeah.
And it's just like, why? The whole time you're going like, this was a lot better when Alfred Hitchcock. Like, you're just, Gus Van Zant's done some. He's a great filmmaker. He's done some very cool films. But I just kind of like scratch my head, like, what the hell were you thinking? Maybe the studio gave him a lot of money to do it or something?
Maybe. Oh my gosh. No, hold on. I had heard about a film being remade. And
Well, let's talk about
all
this.
right,
because
let's talk about this. And
I
maybe
got
I'll
this
think
off
of
the
it.
Telegraph. This is 25
This is the
films
Telegraph.
set for reboot.
Reboot? Oh no.
Reboot
Yes.
or remake.
Okay.
But they're talking about remaking Splash.
There's a twist, however.
And what is the twist?
The twist is
It's a man.
It's a merman.
Ew.
Yes.
Ew, just
No.
ew. I'm sorry. Ew.
Yeah. Channing Tatum is supposed to be the merman. No.
I'm sorry.
Sir?
And Ron Howard's going to... Who directed the original?
Ron?
No, Andrew Fleming.
Oh, really? Why was I thinking it was Ron
I don't
Howard?
know. I have Ron Howard associated with the original, too, but... It was, Tom Hanks and Daryl Hannah. And that was such a charming little film from the 80s. You know
Perfect
what?
for that time.
And it was a good film, but it's not like a class. Like, I'm not really sure where the people are.
Yeah.
This to me, when I see we're going to remake Splash, I'm going like, okay, you're completely idea bankrupt. Mary Poppins.
Yeah. Why? What? Hey, here's the twist.
Uh-oh. Are you being serious, or are you going to...
It's Manny Poppins, isn't it? It's a man, isn't it?
Manny Poppins.
No, it's not Manny
The
Poppins.
Craft, which I thought it was a cool movie, but
Yeah.
like I thought like it's kind of marginal at best. I'm not sure like why somebody would go. I mean, it's a cool movie. I shouldn't say it's marginal, but it's not. I don't know.
Yeah.
Whatever. War Games.
Again, why?
And wait a minute, how can you redo War Games? That's another Cold War
Right.
story.
Right, which gave it an edge to it. This could really happen.
If somebody's a quote here. Seth Gordon, former director Seth Gordon, was replaced by Project Almanac director Dean Israelite. Really, that's his name. Really?
Oh, wow.
Israelites. I can't believe that's a real name. Israelite said in February that all of his projects, he hopes War Games will go next, which is a promising but extremely non-committal statement to make. He added, if there was ever a movie primed to say something new and bold and relevant for our time, it's War Games. I don't
think
man.
so.
Well, it depends. I mean, they're going to have to redo it. So why not call it something else? Like,
Exactly.
use that theme.
Yeah.
And just call it. They do something different.
That's because they're relying on the original's name. You know?
Yeah, they want to sell movie tickets. But I don't know. But so what's going to happen? What, parents are going to take their kids? Like, I'm not sure.
No.
I'm not sure what they're freaking thinking.
I saw this when I was a kid. I want to take you, Billy.
There's somebody talked about remaking Commando. That's very nebulous at this point. But like, is that because they did the Terminator stuff? I don't know. Overboard.
Look at me. I'm shaking my head here. Why?
Yeah.
Why? It was a cute movie. Oh, okay. Are we done talking about that?
Overboard?
Yeah.
Want to talk about Overboard?
Because I want to talk about the next one.
Okay. Now, listen. Now, this movie is a classic. Okay? I mean, this is like... What? And it's American Werewolf in London from 1981.
Right.
And it was just like legendary. In fact, they rewatched it. Didn't we watch this on Halloween?
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
Excuse me. And it's a great film. Special effects by Rick Baker, who did special effects for...
yes.
Ended up doing special effects on Star Wars.
Sure.
Stuff like that. But, why?
All right, now hold on.
Go ahead.
Because if you notice under the, we're actually looking at stuff on the screen here. It says director TBA to be announced.
Right.
I heard it's John Landis' son that's going to do it.
Is it Johnny Jr.?
Is Johnny Jr. Landis.
Well, that doesn't necessarily... Just because he's John Landis' kid doesn't mean he knows how to make
He knows how to
movie.
make it, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll see how that goes. But again, it doesn't need to... It is perfect. It's perfect for that time setting, and it transcends time because you can watch it today and go, that's a darn good movie.
I mean, we got to realize that John Landis is known for movies like The Blues Brothers.
Right.
So, like, he does a horror film. Well, it's going to have a whole different
But it has
spin on it.
Yeah, exactly. There's like some humor in that.
There's a lot of humor. It's freaking funny.
Yeah, he picks up the Mickey Mouse.
Yeah, and it's actually...
Yeah.
Well, he did another movie that was a vampire movie that wasn't... It tried to do the same thing. It didn't work out as well. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head. Don Rickles was in it. It was like gangsters. Frank Loja was in it.
Wow.
It was all about gangsters, and they become it's not called Sucked. I'll look it up when we play the song, and I'll come back to it. But and he tried to do the kind of same thing. It didn't quite come out as well, but it was something blood, not True Blood. Juicy Blood, Sweet Blood, something like that. But anyways, so
bloody hell, wasn't it?
But that's a kind of difficult line to walk. And on American Werewolf in London, I really thought he nailed it dead on. It's got the great mix of
horror,
you're laughing,
humor.
Have you ever been really scared and you started laughing?
Yeah,
that's the kind
that's
of
that movie.
That's exactly what that movie does for you.
Indeed.
It creates that
The
Wild Bunch. Which was a classic starring William Holden and Ernest
never
Borgnine.
seen that. Is that a West? It's a Western.
It's a Sam Peckinpah.
Okay.
Who's was a great, So they're talking. So Tony Scott, who has died, so he's not going to be doing it. But Will Smith has said that he'd like to be in it.
Okay.
So I don't know. Jumanji.
No.
No.
Look, you didn't. Flat out.
I actually heard. I don't know if this site is old.
Yeah.
No, it says 2016.
Okay.
But I actually heard that Jumanji is actually happening. This is direct to
Really?
TBA, but I actually heard that Jumanji was actually happening.
Yeah,
See,
yeah,
this
you
is-
were right. I have heard that also.
And this is okay. It is 95. I'm remembering it as a more current. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
But so I guess maybe they want to update the do it
Yeah.
with better special effects. I don't know. I thought it was a fun movie. Did you ever see it?
I liked it, but I'm like, why do you have to remake it?
Am
Just
I-
go watch the original.
Now here's a movie that I actually was hoping Jenny from American Werewolf in London.
Jenny Gutter.
Yep.
Is that how it's
Yeah.
pronounced? I love her.
So she's in actually and Farrah Fawcett.
That's right, Farrah Fawcett
Michael
was in
York, yeah. So Logan's Run was a movie that I loved as a kid. It scared me, but it was science fiction, and
Right.
it had all the great mix of sort of like scary and wonder,
Suspenseful
and, suspense
and- oh, yeah.
the whole thing and mystery. And at the time, special effects,
Mm-hmm.
and I always kind of thought like that was a movie that really kind of like because it does have a cheesy '70s.
Oh, wow,
it
that was
doesn't really
before
have,
Star Wars.
Yeah, it doesn't really have the
Wow,
Star
yeah.
Wars type special effects yet.
Right. Right.
You know what I mean? So it I think that a good remake
I think you might
is
be right.
warranted.
Yeah.
Of that. There was when they were talking about doing it in 2011. Ryan Gosling briefly said that he was interested, but that was 7 years ago. So. All Quiet on the Western Front, which is a movie from the 30s, which I'm
30s,
surprised
yeah.
somebody hasn't remade already.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, you realize that the Ten Commandments is a remake?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
There's original like silent one, So Hollywood has made remakes, but they're like they can't stop themselves. Porky's.
Please.
I don't know. Like I think a lot of movies, I think Porky's was great,
Yeah.
but a lot of current teenage comedies have kind of out Porky'd Porky's. Let me give you an example.
Yeah, exactly.
What's the one with McLovin
Oh,
and Seth and
Yeah.
that whole crew?
Shiza.
They've done
I
a couple of
forget.
movies I think
Yeah.
that were like, okay, this is like the Porky's for now.
Exactly.
But but Drop Dead Fred, really?
I was going to
This
say, the only
wasn't
thing, a more worse idea than Porky's is Drop Dead Fred.
Okay.
It wasn't even,
What was the movie with Michael Keaton where Gung Ho? This
Yeah.
is like remaking Gung Ho.
I will kill somebody if they make. No, you
it's
can't
like
remake
It
that.
was like a cheesy kind of movie. Like, why would you do
Yeah.
it? But according to Drop Dead Fred, according to this website, Russell Brand had expressed interest. I don't know. Soap Dish, which is a
Wow,
movie
that's
from 90.
obscure.
Yeah, and I thought this was a really funny movie. Did you ever
I
see
liked
Soap Dish?
it,
Yeah, I
yeah,
thought it was
yeah.
really funny. All-star cast: Robbie Downey Jr. Robert Downey's one of those guys who had a big career,
Huge career.
went away,
Yeah.
and then he came back,
Yeah.
and he's like
And he's bigger now. Yeah.
But it's a great. If you guys have never seen Soap Dish, it's a great movie with Sally Field, Kevin Kline, Robert Downey Jr. I believe isn't Whoopi Goldberg in that as well?
I think she
might be in that.
Yeah. No.
Honey, I Shrank the Kids.
No.
I can understand. Maybe they want to update with it because especially they want to do a bunch of CGI crap. I don't know.
There's like 3 of them already.
Yeah.
There's
Honey, I Blew Up the Kid. Honey, We Shrunk Ourselves.
Yes.
Police Academy.
Well, Clinton will be happy, Bill Clinton, because he sat there and watched all of them with his daughter, he said, on the campaign trail. So, but that's another one. I don't know if that would really transcend.
Well, I mean, they're going to have to do. It's going to have to be a whole new. This could be like a reboot. Maybe.
I want Steve Gutenberg in it. I miss Steve Gutenberg.
Flight of the Navigator, which was a very cool
Oh,
film.
yeah.
And I don't know. I have kind of I'm sort of ambivalent.
Yeah.
Now this right here, this isn't a remake. I think this is a reboot, isn't it? Because I heard that Alex Winter and Keanu Reeves have finally said
Signed
that
on.
They're going to
They're
do
signed
it.
on.
Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. Now, but I've heard that this
And
is
it's supposed to be they're supposed to be 50 years old at this point. So, I don't know.
Yeah, and why? And
Well, the thing
George
is-
Carlin's dead.
Right. Well, they can computer generate them. But the thing is, the thing that gives me hope is Keona and Alex would not sign off until it was a good script.
Well, here's my question
it's
about
taking so long.
because we play Two Heads Are Better Than One, which is from the movie Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, which I have the box set. I just think it's a fun movie. Yes, it's
Yeah.
check your brain at the door.
Oh, yeah, but it's pretty fun.
And Keanu for a long time
Yeah, man.
wouldn't
Yeah.
he sort of divorced himself from that film.
Right.
for a while.
I'm a much better thespian than that.
Yeah. You know, and because in all the special, there's a special features DVD with it, and Keanu Reeves appears nowhere.
Really?
They all do. Everybody's on it. George Carlin's on it. Alex Winter's on it. Everybody's on it.
I was busy.
Clarence Clemens, I think, is even on it.
Really?
But
awesome.
Keanu wouldn't show. Steve Vai is on it.
Right.
You know,
a lot of the music. Yeah.
but yeah. So, Three Men and a Baby, directed by Leonard Nimoy. This is a very beloved film from the '80s. I guess. But is it really? Are these like family situations now that we have transgendered people and all kind? Is this really that unique of a story now?
No.
You know what I mean? Like, so I'm not sure. You know, and out of respect to Leonard, I would say don't touch it. And look at the cast: Tom Selleck, Steve Guttenberg, and Ted Danson.
There's my boy Steve
huge,
Guttenberg. Yeah,
huge at the time.
At
you
the
know,
time, yeah.
You know, It. They have remade it. This is actually done. This TBA, I'm not sure what they're saying because it's actually coming out.
Oh, really?
I've seen
Okay.
the new. There's been some stuff released on the internet, some leaked stuff about what the new It looks like and who's playing.
Okay.
And what they did was the original was a made for TV miniseries. It was two stories.
Okay.
And they told the whole story from the kids, and then they did because that's how it's a big book. It's a real
Right. Yeah.
like a brick by Stephen King. And the second half is they all grow up, and actors like from Night Court. What was his name?
Who, Bull or
no,
Harry?
Harry Potter.
Not Potter. Houdini, you're thinking of.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, the judge.
Yeah. And like, so it's all this kind of what's his name? Tim Curry played played the clown.
Yeah.
And anyways, Tim Reed. So a lot of Richard Thomas, John Boy.
Yeah.
So anyway, so there's a lot of TV people involved with it at that time, but it was. But what they're doing now is they're doing only the story of the kids, and like the sort of what they're releasing it in theaters is supposed to be very dark, just like an R-rated thing, and they're sort of like if it does well, then they're going to do the story of the adults.
Okay.
So they're gonna, so they're already kind of like they're kind of an eye on like,
Sure.
but like I could see maybe.
Well, with Stranger Things being such a hit, maybe because that kind of focuses on kids and supernatural weird stuff. So
love Stranger Things. I finally, I started watching it, and I don't know what happened. I got distracted, started watching something else, but I finished it like within the last couple of weeks, and I was like, wow, very cool.
Yeah, very cool.
Great.
Can't
If
wait
you
for
guys
season 2.
If you guys haven't seen Stranger Things, you should definitely check it out. It's on
Netflix,
Netflix.
yes.
Cliffhanger, which is like, I don't know.
That's a really great movie.
But like I can imagine the Fast and Furious
it's
crowd.
a great movie. I'm on the edge of a cliff, and I'm hanging on. Like, you guys can't get me off this cliff. And then I fall off, and I go,
Sylvester.
It's a great movie.
Sylvester O'Connor, everybody.
Yeah.
Don't Look Now.
Okay.
Okay, this is an old film from the 70s.
Look now, wow! I don't think I've ever. There's Donald
Sutherland and Julie
yeah.
Christie, who are like really big actors in the 70s. The Birds. See, this is like really.
Yeah, but that I don't know.
Naomi Watts. I mean, it's done. Like, and Naomi Watts is in it. It's like coming out.
No.
But like I
go
said,
wrong with
they did Psycho.
Right.
It's just very like I don't know. I don't know. I'm such a huge fan. And when was the last time you watched The Birds?
It's been a while.
Great film. Tippi Hedren's great.
Yeah,
film.
I love the film. It's just been a while.
See, and Memento, like to me, Memento is first of all Christopher Nolan, who's still out there making great movies. Is still like edgy and current. Like I'm not sure we really need to redo Memento. Like like now, let's wait another 10 years maybe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I don't know. Flatliners. Did you ever see Flatliner?
Yes.
Joel Schumacher. But again, this had the Brat Pack from the '80s, or kind of all grown up. Kevin Bacon, Kiefer Sutherland, Julia Roberts.
But there was a movie not too long ago with Olivia
de Havilland.
No, was it Olivia Wilde? And it was very similar to this, where one of them died, they brought them back, and they weren't quite the same. I can't remember the name of the movie now. But it's been kind of remade. It wasn't named Flatliners,
And the remake apparently stars Ellen Page, who I like.
Oh, Ellen Page, yeah.
Who I think is a great actress. She was in the what was the movie with Leonardo DiCaprio where they dream? Inception.
Inception.
She's
right.
in Inception. She's been in a lot
Right.
of stuff, of course. She's a great actress. She's in the new X-Men.
Is she really?
Yeah, I forget what
Very
character
cool.
she is, but I love Ellen Page. The movie though by Ellen Page that I cannot watch.
Yes.
I watched once and I will never. It's like one of her first movies. It's called Hard Candy. You ever seen it?
Oh, yeah.
It's too dark.
That's rough.
That's just like. Whoa.
She was in Juno, like Juno.
Yeah,
she was in a
she-
movie with I forget his name. He played Dwight on The Office, and it's an indie film. And the Dwight character, his wife who is Liv Tyler, gets kidnapped by Kevin Bacon, who's her drug dealer. And so the Dwight character decides he's going to become a superhero. And so he goes to a comic book store to kind of figure out how to become a superhero. And Ellen Page works at the comic book store, and she ends up being his sidekick. I can't remember that. Is it Super? It might be Super.
Thoper.
Thoper
I felt
Doper.
Thoper.
How about Thoper Doper?
So, anyways, EWU.com did in that 2013 a best and worst remakes.
Oh.
And we're just trying to run through these
real quick here.
But on the best side
Oh, yeah.
is The Fly.
That was good.
And I agree. So we'll just
Yeah.
kind of go agree,
Okay.
disagree.
Okay.
The Fly.
All right. Agree.
Okay,
Two thumbs
agree.
up.
I think that was I think it was a great remake. Gina Davis, right? You know.
Hasty.
Whoops. This is one of those websites
Oh,
with so
I
many
hate
like
that,
things running on
yeah.
it. Okay. Zack Snyder's Dawn of the Dead. I thought it was cool because
I
they had
thought
slow
so, too.
zombies and fast zombies. And
Right.
I thought they did
Mix
it good.
things up
Like,
a little
yeah.
bit.
And of course, the song "When the Man Comes Around" by Johnny Cash will.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
It's now like way more haunting than it already was. You know what I mean?
yeah.
But come on, computer, scroll for me, baby.
Oh, boy,
scroll.
I
The
see-
Magnificent
I
Seven,
have not seen
which
that.
was a remake of Seven Samurai from 1954.
Oh. That's that.
Now there's now a remake
There's a
of the
remake of the remake. Yeah.
So, okay, who can disagree with a movie with Charles Bronson, Steve McQueen,
Right.
and Yul Brynner in it? I
Oh,
mean,
yeah,
come on, you
yeah.
know what I mean? Those are like 310 to Yuma. I thought it was good.
I liked it.
I agree.
I did
I agree.
like it,
I would
yep,
put that on the
yep.
list as best.
Our next contestant is
Next-
coming all the way from the back of the studio.
Oh, here we go. Scrolly. The Birdcage, which I love. Did you like the Birdcage with
Robin Williams?
Yeah.
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 I
It's
thought
a
that was
remake
really
of a French film.
Okay.
The Cause of Fool.
good. That's right. That is correct.
The Cause of Fool.
We've now alienated our French listeners. You're welcome,
The
everybody.
Thomas Crown Affair, which I've never seen, so I can't comment on.
Yeah, can't comment. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
You get a pass.
Oh, come on. Computer scroll. This is one of those sites. This EW.com. Entertainment something is like one of those sites with a gazillion ads and
Yeah,
stuff.
so you have to wait for it to load, so- All right, our next
the
one.
Thing, which
Yes.
is a remake from The Thing from
Yes.
Another World from 1951, starring James Arness. And of course, I mean, do you guys remember when we went out for my birthday?
Yes, we
saw
went
it?
inside in the theater.
Yeah,
That
it was
was
a great
most
film.
excellent.
Yeah, so we definitely got to give that.
Yeah, that was 2 thumbs up for that one.
You know,
yeah.
that got criticized when it came out as what do they call it? Like gore porn or something like that.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
True Grit. I like the
Yes.
Coen Brothers True Grit. I'd say
I
yeah.
love it. You know what? The original True Grit is on Netflix, so
Right.
I watched it. That was okay for the time.
John Wayne, hell yeah. What are you gonna say about the Duke, man?
Yeah, that was good. But then after I was done watching that, I went back and watched the 2010,
Nice.
and the young actress is in a new movie now too, and I'm like, oh, that's her. So I'm glad to see she's got continued working. So, but yeah, that's a good one.
The Departed, which I really liked. I did not realize was a remake of a film called Internal Affairs.
Oh, I remember Internal Affairs.
So, they sort of changed the story around a little bit.
Yeah.
But of course, did you like The Departed? I thought it was great.
yeah.
Just guys, enjoy the music in the
That's
background.
right. As we scroll
As
through
we do
these.
some little scrolling here. Ocean's 11, those were
11.
fun. Those was a good.
Yeah, I never saw the originals, but I did like the remakes.
I did see the original with Michael Caine.
Oh,
It's fun.
Oh, okay.
It's super fun. So now we're gonna get the worst remakes. Okay. These
All
are,
right.
sometimes the worst ones
Here we
are
go.
more fun.
Here
so.
we go. Simmer down now.
Conan the Barbarian from 2011. Did you see that?
No.
It was a snooze fest.
Was it really?
I was like,
I had
really?
had no interest. That's one of those ones you're like, why bother? I like the original.
I like the original, but I was like,
There you
okay,
go.
well, I'm going to give this a try. Maybe like the.
Morgan Freeman narrated this.
I
movie.
know. It's like.
Conan was mad. That's the worst night in Conan the Barbarian's life.
It was just.
I wish I could say he fought the sisters off, but
Wait, I'm getting the movies confused.
That's Andy Dufresne.
That is Andy Dufresne, isn't
really-
it?
It was just like it really just fell. It was just flat.
Really?
It just fell flat. It was just
Yeah,
like.
I remember it coming out. Had no interest in seeing it. So there you go.
Oh, I paid for it on Amazon because I was
did you?
I'm a huge. I love the Conan movies, and I was like, okay, great, And no, it did. The Longest Yard. Now I love the original,
I'm not even going to try to do Adam Sandler right now.
but I've heard over and over that this is just absolutely abysmal.
I really liked the one that movie.
There's some Adam Sandler stuff I like.
Yeah.
But this is,
That
I
was-
wouldn't
yeah,
even,
I
I
didn't-
wasn't
I
even
did
going to
not
try
like that.
this because,
Yeah.
I don't know. I was a fan. Clash of, I disagree. I liked Clash of the
I
Titans.
did not see it. Again, it was like, I remember the original, don't really want to see the new one. But you say you liked it.
I liked it. I mean,
Right.
what's his name is in it? Russell, was it, no. Oh, man, isn't
Steve Buscemi.
it's Russell Crowe? No, it's Noah.
Yeah, he was Noah.
I'm drawing a blank. But anyways,
boy.
I disagree. I really like, yes, the original is great for the stop motion animation.
Right.
Ray Harryhausen.
Again,
is
kind of a time
legend.
capsule of that era, yeah.
And it's great. I mean, but I thought it was great. I thought that the sequel to Clash of the Titans that they did,
what was that
I thought
called?
that was weak. I didn't think that really worked out.
What was the name of that? Do you remember?
Rise of the Titans or Rebirth of the
Okay,
Titans
okay.
or the
Yeah,
My
yeah.
Tights Are Too Tight or something.
My tights are too tighten.
See, this is horrible. Did you see this?
That was the one
dude,
with
Keanu
was that
Reeves.
Keanu? Yeah, and again,
It
that's
is
why.
awful, and it totally. Well, dude, first of all,
I started watching
they
it.
missed the point.
Yeah.
Of the original, the original's so brilliant, and it's so like
I'm from
poignant
outer
without
space.
without being political. Like
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah,
Like everybody
right.
can like watch a movie and go like no matter what your political leanings are, you could watch that movie and go like, yeah, that really makes a good point.
yeah,
Like
exactly.
I understand that, and they tried to get political in the remake, and it was just boo, boo, boo. I just bleh, I just thought it was terrible.
Okay.
Yeah, I was really disappointed. And I for
remember
some
turning it
stupid
off.
reason, Kevin, I
Yes.
watched it twice. I don't know why I watched it.
Crazy
Because I thought
boy.
maybe I misremembered it or
Oh,
something. The
boy,
women,
sir.
which I don't know.
I don't know. Sorry.
Okay, we'll skip the women.
Sorry with the women.
But that's ranked as number 6 is on the worst list
my
here.
God.
Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord, my
heavens to
God.
Betsy.
Planet of the
Whoa.
Apes. Yeah, see, the original Planet of the Apes is so great. And I
No,
mean, even though
really?
it's Tim Burton
Yeah.
remaking it, you like the remake?
I liked it, didn't love it. I liked it. I think just because the special effects were updated.
Yeah.
The monkeys didn't look like they look like monkeys.
Well, but
They look like
But I think if you could really look at the original Planet of the Apes, I think the special effects
for the time.
are really good.
Yeah, they
I
actually
mean,
are.
like when Roddy McDowell and
Would
they
talk.
make their faces and stuff like that, they really
Right,
have it.
you
they're
can
very
see their
expressive.
emotion. Yeah,
you can really
exactly.
see. So it was very
All
good.
right, yeah, but
And the remake has Mark Wahlberg and Helen
Bonham Carter.
Yeah.
There you go.
But and see who's going to that ending is considered actually by a lot of film critics to be the greatest ending of any movie ever. So how are you going to ever
yeah,
read?
you can't top that.
I mean,
yeah. Exactly.
you blew it up, you maniacs! I love that. Charlton freaking Heston, God
Yeah.
rest his soul. The Pink Panther, yeah, like
that
these
was
were
with Steve Martin?
Yeah, and he's
Yeah.
great. He's great. and
Love
everything, but these-
Steve.
But these were just, they just didn't laugh. He's not Peter Sellers.
No.
He's a different kind of comedian. Mm-hmm. He doesn't do that kind of comedy, so it's like not really gonna.
Exactly. So yeah, I have to say no.
We say no.
We say nay.
Nay, nay.
Nay, nay.
The Stepford Wives, which I did not see.
I did not see that either.
But I
No
heard that it
interest.
wasn't good, so that's on the list of worst.
All right then.
We're heading down. We're counting down. We're on number 2.
right, here
You've
we
had number 2.
Yes, on number 2. Arthur.
Yeah, and that's another movie that was such a big part of my childhood. And
Right.
Dudley Moore was so good in it. Why would you
I love
touch
Russell.
that?
I love Russell Brand, but
Yeah,
yeah, that's another one. I remember it coming out. I don't think I
Leave
saw
that
it.
alone,
I did not
man.
see it. Yeah.
That was just a blatant like, oh.
As we
Pouring
both
my
take a
wine.
drink, yeah.
You know, it's just like a
That,
blatant.
that left
let's
such
try
a
to make
bad
some,
taste in our mouth. We had to both take a drink. We're like,
You know. So anyway, so here's the number one.
Here we go. You
according
ready?
to EW
Drum roll.
EntertainmentWeekly.com. Yeah. From 2013. This is voted by fans. People voted on this.
Okay.
And I know what movie it is. We already talked about this. Psycho.
Sicko.
Sicko. Yeah.
It's a movie called Sicko.
Chutzpah would have been a more appropriate title for director Gus Van Sant's shot-by-shot remake of Alfred Hitchcock's genre-defining classic. It's like Norman Rockwell attempting to cop Munch's The Scream. Just a bad idea all around. And the cast led by Vince Vaughn and Anne Heche is a curious collection of misused talent.
Yeah.
And they're great actors. And you kind of are going like, I want this to be better, or I want it to do something different,
Right.
or like, what's he gonna do that's like gonna make me go like, wow? Because like that was the effect of Psycho. Like Psycho was like, oh my freaking god!
Yeah.
Like what is
Yeah.
this takes you some whole other place. Mm-hmm. And no, so anyways, so there you have it, guys.
All right, there's
Hollywood,
our-
get your crap together. Start making some real movies.
Really.
So anyway, so let's play some music. Let's
Yes!
This is I want you to check this out. This is a female fronted band called Blameshift.
Sure.
This is a track from a few years ago of theirs called Secrets. Check it out, Blameshift, Secrets on the Loudini Rock and Roll Circus.
In your eyes, you hide. Still, I see right through them deep inside. In the way that you stare, like there's no one else who quite compares. There are words on the tips of our tongues in languages unknown. I hold on to your breath till there's nothing left, till it's all mine. There's so much more I want to explore. Tell me all your secrets, and you're safe with me, and you're safe with me.
All right, that's Blameshift.
Wow.
And let's go ahead and give you guys. These are one of these guys who they need to take my online course. I have a class I'm teaching on. I'm hosting it on Facebook. Loudini's super secret musicians mastermind. And because these guys, their website is a Facebook page instead of having a real website where they could actually bring fans in and deal with fans and get their fan base energized. They're just using a stupid Facebook page. So we got what we got here. So this is facebook.com/Blameshift.
There you go.
A great band.
Oh, yeah.
Really good rock. Female friends. Look out the cover though. What does that make? What do you think of when you see that?
I'm not allowed to say.
That the first thing I thought it was Twisted Sister. I don't know why.
Oh, okay. I see.
That has that
yeah,
that's
kind
what
of
it
has
looks
that
like
feel to it.
yeah,
with
so
the,
it looks,
with the
yeah, kind of like there's something about that. I don't know. Maybe just me. Maybe I'm a goofball. I'm a crazy
You're
guy.
goofy.
That's facebook.com backshift
Slash.
/Blameshift.
There you go.
But Kevin and I were talking during the song that one of the remakes that we both thought absolutely sucked balls was Total Recall.
Yes.
Where's Mars? I mean, that was the coolest thing about that whole thing.
Right,
And the mutants,
getting to Mars and the mutants
and he learns that it doesn't really matter that he was somebody else, who he was. It's really his actions now that really define who.
Right.
I mean, there's kind of a philosophical thing about that. I mean, it's absolutely wonderful. They don't do any of that.
Right.
That
made no sense to me whatsoever.
Yeah, I was I don't know what they were doing. I don't know unless that's based on I think Philip K. Dick maybe.
Okay.
And I think that the Mars thing was added by
Oh.
You know who Dan O'Bannon is?
I've heard the name.
Okay,
yeah.
Dan O'Bannon and the other guy, I can't remember his name, wrote wrote the original treatment for Alien.
Okay.
And because Alien became a giant success, they got to do some other stuff. And they also wrote the treatment treatment for Total Recall at the same time.
Oh.
And so they got that pitched. James Cameron? Did James Cameron do Total Recall?
I don't remember.
But they got that pitched to another high because
Right.
they did success with Alien.
Ah.
And but anyway, so we could talk about that. There's some great stories that about the making of both those films with those guys, because those guys are total science fiction nerds. And when they started to have success, they were like giddy children.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Kids in a candy store.
Yeah, Sigourney
yes!
Weaver talks about them being Ridley Scott allowing them to be on the set, and them just being drooling
Right,
children in a
right.
candy store, But in any case, so that was another one we were just eh. But let's do a quick. I didn't program any music for this. Let's just run down the real quick. This Day in Music.
This day in music.
Exactly. And 1955, Carl Perkins recorded "I Don't Step on My Blue Suede Shoes." Well, that's one for the money, two for the show. Okay, 76 UK Music Weekly Sounds made the Sex Pistols debut 45.
Antichrist.
Exactly.
there you go.
Why don't you tell them about this guy right here? Lord, in God's name. Wait, go ahead.
A
There we
little
are.
bit of craziness
We
there.
had some computer wacky thing happening. Go ahead.
1979, Chuck Berry was released from prison after serving a 4-month sentence for tax evasion. You're not getting my money.
Somebody told me this. Mm-hmm. Now, I understand that we are on the Positively Pittsburgh Live network.
Uh-oh.
And we're supposed to keep it clean, so I'll just put it this way.
Okay.
Somebody told me this, I don't know if this is true, that there's videos on the internet of Chuck Berry eating duty. I don't know if that's true or not.
Wow.
I don't know, but a good friend of ours insists that he's seen it.
Next thing you're going to say is Keith Richards snorted his father's ashes.
In 1983, Tom Evans from Badfinger committed suicide by hanging himself in his back garden from a willow tree. Family members said the singer-songwriter was never able to get over his former bandmate Pete Ham's suicide. So two guys...
But that's not the way
bandmates both kill each other. Evans co-wrote "Without You," the hit for Harry Nilsson and Mariah Carey.
Yeah.
Tell us about David Bowie.
1983, David Bowie played the first of 2 nights at the RAS Showgrounds in Sydney during his 10-date Serious Moonlight tour of Australia and New Zealand.
And while you're talking about great singers, why don't you tell us about Bon Jovi?
Well, Bon Jovi was shot through the heart. Yeah, he was not. 1988, Bon Jovi.
Blonde Jody.
All right, let's stop with the radio voice. I'm just going to read it. 1988, Bon Jovi started a 2-week run at #1 on the U.S. singles chart with the lead single from the band's album New Jersey, Bad Medicine, which became the band's 3rd U.S. #1.
You know what I think you should do, Kevin? When you,
Yeah.
when you, after you take your break and everything,
Yes.
you should seriously consider. You should go to WYEP and get on the air.
Okay.
Have them at least if they gave you like midnight.
And they'll be
you
like-
have a really good voice for
Yes.
radio. You have
Yeah.
a good presence on it and stuff like that. And it might be
That might be something to look into.
yeah, it might be something for you to do. In 2000, the Beatles, even in year 2000, the Beatles, the
Faith
freaking
and-
Beatles.
Faith and McCord, the fucking crazy Beatles.
The farting Beatles. In 2000, they started. The Beatles, in 2000, they started an 11-week run at #1. 11 weeks at
yeah.
#1 in the UK.
Remember
With Beatles One, the album that features like all their #1 releases from 62 to 70, and it's like a 30th anniversary, thing, and so that's how important this music is. That even in the year 2000, they come
they're
back and
still-
they have 11 weeks at #1 with a record. In 2001, Mick Jagger released his solo album "Goddess in the Doorway," which I've never heard. Have you heard it?
I have not.
Tell us about Scott Weiland.
Scotty. Scott Weiland, this is 2001 on this date. Scott Weiland, lead singer with the Stone
Pencil Pilot.
See, now you've
Remember
got me
that?
all self...
Remember that radio career I was talking about? I think
I think
that's
we
gonna
just
happen
ruined
for
it there,
Stone Pencil Pilot. Stone Pencil Penis.
Well, the Stone Temple Pilots was arrested after allegedly fighting with his wife at the Hard Rock Hotel in Las Vegas. Weiland was booked on 1 count of domestic battery and released 12 hours later. The band had performed at the club that night.
See, the thing is, what we should do is I need that sound bite from Hawaii Five-0. Book them, Dano. Whenever we talk about, because there's a lot of rockers get busted. 2002, safety experts blasted Michael Jackson after dangling his baby from a third. I remember this happened.
I remember that. Yeah.
Jacko, as he was known at the time, was in Berlin for an awards ceremony and was showing his 9-month-old baby off his fan outside the hotel. He's a proud fathers do stuff like they throw the kid up in the air and catch him and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Fathers do things a little differently than mothers. I heard a comedian talk about he was walking around. He said, I was throwing my baby up in the air and we were having a good time. And we walked from the dining room into the kitchen, and the kitchen ceiling was a lot lower. Yeah. He says, you don't know terror until you bounce a baby off a ceiling.
Foot per second.
He said it made the most sickening sound ever. But the kid was totally fine. Yeah, the kid cried for a second and he was totally fine. They checked, he was all right, but he had a moment of total terror.
That's a shame,
splat.
Man. That's a shame.
You want to do another Michael Jackson? Michael Jackson was a safe. No,
that's not another one.
We already did that one. English bassist player. Nah, come on.
Who wrote this?
Greg Ridley died from pneumonia. He was a member of the VIPs with Keith Emerson in Spooky Tooth and Humble Pie in '69. Number 4 singer, single Natural Born Bougie. He was formed stage brew with Clem Clemson and Cozy Powell.
Right, I remember those guys. They were great, weren't they?
It was very great. We used to see them down at the Blimey pub. But then they would go over and play at the Blarney Stone. But them freaking Irish would always come in there and screw everything up. With their freaking stories of their great potato famine. And
right, they drink all our whiskey and order French fries. Yeah,
well. Police issued an arrest warrant for Michael Jackson following obligations.
See, I'm not the only one.
You
know what it is? That print is so small. Book him, Dano.
Jackson, who was in Las Vegas filming a video, negotiated
I bet he was.
the police to arrange a time and place to hand himself in. I mean, what do you think? I mean, he's the guy.
Well, the thing is, if you listen to interviews of Corey Feldman, who, if you remember, used to hang out with Michael Jackson, Corey's like, look, I hung out with the guy. Nothing like that ever happened.
But maybe he just wasn't attracted to Corey.
Well, I never thought of it that way.
But in any case, pedophilia isn't really about. This is something I was like trying to explain to some people, because some people are like, homosexuals go into the priesthood and they go into the Boy Scouts just so they can get with. Whoa.
No.
Homosexuality and pedophilia are not the same thing. Homosexuality is about sex. It's about your sexual orientation. Pedophilia is about trying to exercise control.
Right.
And so I would imagine that Michael Jackson, if he was a pedophile, would have gone, if he had opportunity to act out his pedophilia, would have with somebody like Corey Feldman. So I think that what you're saying lends some credence. Also, there's some people that, like Geraldo Rivera, who was very good friends with Michael Jackson, who'd been in his house many times, felt he knew him very well. So there's absolutely no way.
Yeah.
Now, Nancy Grace, on the other hand, who's an investigative reporter, she's on Fox News on a lot of different stuff. She insists that he was a pedophile. I mean, but he's gone, and dead men tell no tales.
You can celebrate his music, though. He's very talented. Celebrate his music. Right.
In 2000, go ahead, talk about George.
I am,
Harrison.
because I'm a guitar nut. 2006, on this day, a guitar played by George Harrison was set to fetch more than 100,000 pounds. That's British dollars at a London auction. The Maton MS 500 guitar was used on the Beatles' first album. Wow.
Okay, now this is like
pounds.
This next one comes just under like news of the weird, like weird, strange stories. This is from 2012. 2 farmers were found not guilty of health and safety offenses after a giant hay bale crushed former ELO cellist Mike Edwards to death. He was killed instantly when a 600-kilogram bale rolled down a field and landed on his van near Totnes in Devon in September 2010. In March 2011, a Plymouth inquest jury returned a verdict of accidental death on Mr. Edwards. What a way to go, huh?
Wow.
A giant bale of hay. And that had to be some heavy hay. He was in a van.
Yeah.
It's not like he was standing there and to get rolled over. They hit his van and killed him. That's some whack. There's some wackity stuff. Born on this day, Ray Collins, vocalist for the Frank Zappa band. Collins, lead singer of the band's first 2 albums, Freak Out and Absolutely Free. Collins died on the 24th of December 2012. There's a really good Frank Zappa in
What
his
did
own
they do with
words.
his Christmas gifts? These are the thoughts that keep me up at night.
But there's a great.
Anyway,
I just want to mention, and I mentioned this on the last podcast with Katie. There's a great documentary produced by Amit about Frank Zappa in his own words. It's like all his interviews.
Oh, okay.
It's on Amazon right now, so you guys
cool.
want to check it out. Tell us about. Wait, let me do this. In the jungle, the mighty jungle, the lion sleeps tonight. My wiener's wet, my wiener's
No.
wet.
That's not the words.
Okay, go ahead.
1938, born on this day, Hank Medras? Yes.
With the tokens.
Of the Tokens, thank you. I'm glad you're here. They had a 1961 U.S. #1 single, The Lion Sleeps Tonight. That's why you were singing it!
Yeah.
I didn't know that! Anyway, he was born on this day, 1938. Sadly, he passed away from lung cancer on June 25th, 2007, at the age of 68.
Born on this day, Fred. Why did I pick this guy? Because I'm Lipsius. Is that it? Is that right? Lipsius?
Sure.
Born on this day, Fred Lipsius, piano sax player with Blood, Sweat, and Tears. You made me so very happy. I'm so glad you came into my life. Born on this day, Joe Carrero, Paul Revere, the Raiders. Remember Indian Reservation? All they had tons of hits. So
Yeah.
Hold on, let me give you one here. I don't want to do all of these.
No, don't do all of them. Oh, boy, sir, I want to feel helpful. Wait, is there anybody that we even know?
I know. Well, I know. I just
make up
I'll tell you
stuff.
what I did later after the show. There's a reason why all these people. Just do this one, and then we'll get out of here.
All right. Since I was born this year, I'll take this one. 1965, born on this day, Pate Kempa from Sonic Boom, Spaceman 3. What the? whoever wrote this is just like
They
it's
wrote-
crazy.
in other words, the album-
everything runs together. All
Album
right.
was good. This is a great title, though.
Okay, the album that Pete was on is from 1990. Taking drugs to make music to take drugs to. Well, you can't get more specific than that, folks.
Anyway, so that's the birthdays and this day in music for this time on Loudini Rock and Roll Circus. I want you guys to check out this band.
Hold on. Before I had to, you know how I am. Before we do our last song, I just want to come on now.
We're gonna come back.
Are we? Okay. All right.
We're gonna come back.
All
We're
right.
gonna come
then.
back. I promise.
It's a
No,
fun.
we're always
It's a
gonna-
fun little thing.
We're gonna come back and we can do your fun little thing.
Folks, please do not go away. That's like a tease, isn't it?
This is a
Wait till you hear what I got to tell you.
this is a band we played before, and I love this band. It's called Dirty Streets. This is off their latest album, White Horse. Looking for My Peace on the Loudini Rock and Roll Circus.
I used to be a man. You couldn't hold me down. Couldn't find satisfaction in the whole damn town. That's when I changed my thinking. Just like a wise man said, it's not your situation. It's what is in your head. Looking for my peace. Looking for my peace, but my peace is right here to be found. Oh, to be found. Oh, to be found. It seems my life has seasons. Some are good and bad. You never know what is coming. You only know what you had. I keep my feet planted firmly. I keep my eyes to the west. I can't control what is coming. All I can do is express. Looking for my peace. Looking for my peace, but my peace is right here to be found. Oh, to be found. Looking for my peace. Looking for my peace, but my peace is right here to be found.
Back on.
Yes.
Dirty
The Dirty
Street. Dirty, not the.
No,
we made
remember
this
the
mistake.
Dirty Charms. This is Dirty Streets.
Dirty Streets from
Yes,
their album
yes.
White Horse. We had some great bands tonight, so let's go ahead and plug everybody.
Yes.
real quick. Ash Grunwald, that's ashgrunwald.com.
Yeah.
We had Blameshift, that's facebook.com/Blameshift. And then we just did Dirty Streets, facebook.com/the. Now, see, everything that they have says Dirty Streets, but their Facebook says The Dirty Streets.
Oh, these kids today.
I know, they got to
These
make up their mind
kids
what they're called.
today.
It's branding, guys. Get your branding together. But anyways, a great band. Their album is White Horse. Check it out. You've been listening to Loudini Rock and Roll Circus. One more shout out to my sponsor, Positively Pittsburgh
Thank
Live
you.
Magazine, BPL Mag. I
you
hope
so
that we
much.
didn't disappoint you guys tonight with tonight's podcast, because there was a few little things that slipped out accidentally.
Oops.
Kevin?
I think we caught ourselves. I caught myself. I said
Yourselves?
funk. Funk.
I said fart.
F-U-N-K. Oh, sorry about that. Anyway, can I say one more thing? here?
Kevin needs to add something. And
This
so
is kind
Kevin's
of
going
a-
to add something.
Sadly, Lou and I are both big the Black Crowes fans, and sadly, their former keyboardist Eddie Harsh passed away.
Aw,
yes.
bummer, man.
But I heard a funny little story about Eddie, and I just wanted to pass it along because he had a really great sense of humor. So, a couple years back, the Black Crowes are playing a festival, and it just so happens that Sting is playing the same festival. So, Black Crowes are backstage catching a smoke or whatever. Excuse me. I knew that was coming. You didn't say it. You did it, didn't you? You did it again, didn't you?
Go ahead, the Black Crowes.
But anyway, so they're in the back here, and here comes Sting. Sting's got his entourage behind him. He's got his wife. He's got his publicist. Okay, they're all walking. There's like 10 people following him. So Eddie looks over at his bandmates, and in a very loud voice, not that, don't do that. Okay, do it.
Go ahead.
Okay.
I have to time it perfectly.
In a loud voice, he looks over Sting's way and says, "That's actually funnier."
Wow, that was a long statement.
Oh my gosh!
He looks at Sting's. He looks over Sting's way and says,
"Trying to tell a little funny story
know,
here.
it's a
That's
great
all."
story.
But he looks over and he goes, "Hey, who's that guy think he is? Sting?" You know. So everybody, Sting kind of gives him a sneer. 5 minutes later, Sting's coming back the other way. His entourage with him. So, and he goes, "Huh? I guess craft services was closed." And he said he got the most evil look from Sting.
I thought you were going to say something like, well, Sting laughed and came up to him and said, let's take a picture.
No, because Sting was thinking, if craft services were closed, I'd make them open. I'm Sting. I have all these people with me here. They would have cooked for me.
Who's that guitar player that played with Sting? Dominic? You know what I'm talking about?
Dominic the donkey? No, that was not.
Anyways, okay, I have heard this story like third hand or something, but
All right.
I played with a drummer that played with that guy. And he said Sting was like, Sting stuff is so rock starred out that like, as the last note is fading out, they're like in the limo on the way to the airport. And he says, you get on the plane, and Sting has his own chef.
Oh.
On the plane, he makes you whatever you want to eat.
Yeah.
Drink whatever you want. And he says it's really sweet. They fly. What they do is they have a home. Sting gets a home. But when he tours in the U.S., he gets a home base somewhere kind of central, and they fly home every night.
Yeah, I've heard that. Yeah.
I mean, that's how that. That's like Sting, U2, like Springsteen, like that's Lady Gaga. There's Bieber. There's some people that are at that level. There aren't a lot of nowadays. There aren't a lot of people at that level, but there's a handful of people at that level, and that's how they run stuff. It's pretty cool.
Must be nice. Oh wow!
So, anyways, guys,
All right.
go see Rogue One because that's coming out soon. Kevin and I are going to definitely be, you know, like freaking out in the front row. What if it sucks?
You just shut up right now.
I can't. Speak
we had
anymore.
we had our fears about The Force Awakens. Dude, I failed as a father.
Oh no!
Did I tell you this?
No, you did, but tell the audience.
I'm going to tell the audience I have failed as a father, folks, because the other day my daughter walks through the room, and I guess there was a preview for Rogue One. She goes, "Oh, is that the new Star Wars?" I said, "Yeah." She goes, "I haven't seen the last one." I'm like, "You haven't seen The Force Awakens?" I'm like, "We have it on Blu-ray." She says, "Yeah, I just haven't seen it." I'm like, "Who are you?"
Get out of my house. So wait a minute, this is your house.
That's your house. Get out. We're all getting out. Oh, that's crazy
It's
stuff.
just crazy stuff. Anyways, guys, thanks so much for checking out Loudini
Yes.
Rock and Roll. We're having so much fun, we don't want to stop.
No.
Because we love you.
We love you long time.
Speaking of movies,
Yes.
but anyway, so we'll do more movie stuff in the future. If you guys like it, we'll do more movie stuff.
Yeah,
in the
let
future.
us know.
But it's LoudiniRockandRollCircus.com. Every Saturday, there's one of these things happen. Throughout the week, we're putting out about 3 interviews a week now because we have a giant backlog.
Awesome.
I just interviewed somebody last night So we're just doing more and more and more. I interviewed this really sweet girl from originally out of Orlando, Florida, Ashley J. Not really what you guys like in terms of music. It's not really rock. She's more of a pop artist, but really fun, really interesting to kind of get the inside scoop on what these artists are doing and, like, you know, their lives. And so we try to make that fun, and you want to check that out. So anyway, check it out, LoudiniRockandRollCircus.com. Also, I'd like to thank my sponsor one more time. It's Positively Pittsburgh Live Magazine, pplmag.com.
Thank you,
They're
guys.
just like Joanne. I don't know why she puts up with us, but she does, and she keeps putting our program up on her website.
Joanne.
Yes, so
You're the best.
I would highly.
I'm going to send her a kiss. Ready? Here I go. Ready?
And if you have some kind of business or something like that, I highly recommend that you patronize Positively Pittsburgh Live, because they do a lot to promote you. And it's a very cool place. Also, you guys, I have a mastermind class going right now on Facebook. I'm really excited about it.
Yeah, I've been following you. That's really cool.
Some people that are doing really, really well in there. I just I had a student today like show me his fan capture page, and it's really exciting to see people actually take action and like apply what you're teaching, and like, so that's really exciting. So I'm really excited about that. So that's something cool we have going. Also, if you go to LouLombardiMusic.com, you can get some free downloads of my music, and you can get on my list. I put out videos every week. Also, you get a special invitation to my inner circle, where I do videos a few times a week on Facebook with that. Totally different program where I jam and we talk about music.
Yes.
And you guys can give me feedback on the riffs and stuff that I'm writing for my new record. So it's a cool thing. You want to check it out. So guys, thanks so much for listening. My name is Lou Lombardi, a.k.a. Loudini. The website is LoudiniRockandRollCircus.com. And we are just going to play out here with a little bit of Blackstone Cherry, one of my favorite bands. You guys have a great one. LoudiniRockandRollCircus.com. We'll catch you on the flip side.
See ya!